Hello and welcome everyone. Today we are talking about the Byzantine and how to play the Byzantine when you start playing the civilization, right? So Byzantine has multiple styles to play, but when you start to playing with the civilization, there are like key things that you really should know before playing the Byzantine. So first of all, just like with every other civ, the Byzantine you want to put the villagers onto the ship and you want to make a cistern. The cistern will give you a little bit of boost on your villager. That's gonna help you to get the resources faster. So what I usually like to do, this is the most easiest thing to not forget, okay, when you are playing with Byzantine. When that villager finishes the cistern, you can order him to immediately build a house. And now you have a villager building a mining camp and you have a villager building the house. While your villagers are gathering food under your TC. So what is the magical number for like Byzantine going on to the food? Most of the civilizations you want to do an 8 and 2, like 2 on gold, 8 on food. This also can be played differently as well. You could have done something like you pull the first 6 villager and put it on berries. Usually you want to do that against civilization that can Dark Age rush you. Example, Mongol can easily Dark Age rush you, and it's a really nice thing to do to get to the berries first so you can get your mercenaries out. Uh, or you just get rid up very early to have a really nice timing with your Kashyyyks or Lombos or etc. But it is good against civilizations again that you rushing you Dark Age, or you can just stay under your TC, and when you age up, you will later destroy the tower that the enemy player gonna put on your berries or he gonna put on your gold. Now that I have the magical number of 8 on food, I have the magical number of 2 on wood, now, 2 on gold. Now I'm focusing to age up. Usually I just pull 4 villager off from food and I just build a landmark here on the closest berries. And I'm gonna show you how as well. This is really important because many players struggles while building a landmark. If you see, there is enough gap between the TC and the landmark, which means this is perfect. So this is what you always want to do when you are building around your TC. The first 12 farm is always the most protected since they are around the TC. So don't forget, you can build 12 farm around your TC, which is really nice. As you see, I still left 4 villager on my food because you need only 4 villager on your food to make villagers non-stop. Now I'm just gathering up the wood and I will mainly focus on buildings that I can use early on. So I don't need to build a mercenary house really fast, right? I can build it a little bit later when I have the resources for it. So here I can think of like, maybe I'm gonna build a stable, maybe I'm gonna build a barrack. I'm gonna build the production building against the civilization I'm playing against, right? So example, if I'm playing against English, I might build the stable first or an archery next to it, and after that I'm gonna build the mercenary house. Because it's not really important to build mercenaries immediately, as I said, because you will not gain out of the building like literally nothing, right? You have the mercenary house, what you gonna do with it? Like early mercenaries, you age up, you don't have berries, unless if you start with the berries immediately. Now you can send your villagers as well berries because the landmark is almost done. Unless you start getting the berries, then it's really good to build the mercenary house early on, because yeah, let me build it. You can build it next to it if you feel like, or you can build it somewhere else, doesn't matter where you build it, because you're gonna have now berries which are gonna help you to make mercenary units, which is really nice. But now, because I don't have it, I'm gonna think it. Let's say I'm playing against English. Okay, I'm gonna build stable and maybe after that archer range. Perfect. Also, I forgot to tell you, the Grand Binary, when you age up and you didn't remove the villager from your gold, you can queue up like a wheelbarrow, you can queue up horticulture. Okay, So let's see what I'd really like to do with Byzantine in this situation. Well, first of all, I really like to build the correct production buildings. I need to do against the player I'm playing against, or the civilization. So now let's say I build the stable first because I'm gonna get some Lombowman rush. After that, I can already build the Mercenary house, because as you can see, my olive oil is going up higher and higher and higher. So here now, what I can do as well. So this is not like the best was the best system that you can make. You can even like put the first system here. I just put it here because, you know, like example. But it's really good if you boost your wood line as well with the system. I just build it here to give you an example. Why is it so good to have the Grand Winery in the location of like really close to the cistern, right? Because don't forget, you can use Dialectus to boost your upgrades, or you can make, let me show you, a fast monk out of the Grand Winery. Now with 2 cistern, it's already 21 seconds. So the more cistern you have, the faster you're gonna make that monk, which is insanely good. Or you can get your upgrades out insanely fast, right? Because you have the Dialectus next to it. So what I usually like to do, if I'm playing against a civilization that goes Lombo or goes fast knight or spearman, etc., again, I choose the production building against that civilization. If you go to Mongol Tower Rush or any civilization Tower Rush you early, what you want to do actually is building a barrack. So now, when you build the barrack, you make like 5-6 spearmen, and you can torch that building because you're gonna activate their shield. With the shield activation, you can easily torch down the enemy tower. And also, don't forget, you have a special ability called Akritoid Defense. Now, with Akritoid Defense, you can get +2 armor on your villagers and extra damage. So, what happens if my villagers will run out of berries? Well, if you are overflowing with wood, don't forget you can immediately drop down a farm. Just start building farms around your Grand Winery, because if you don't do that, then you're not gonna have a passive really good income. Don't forget, the Byzantine civilization actually gets us 2 different resources from their farms. Now, back in the day, a farm costed like 60 wood, which was insanely strong for the Byzantine. Because imagine, you spend 60 wood on a farm that gives you 2 different resources, and also don't forget that you are getting boosted on your resources by the cistern. And when you finish the farm, you get back stone, because as soon as you build a building, any kind of building, unless it's stone walls or normal walls, you are getting stone back. So you literally spent not really 60 resource, because you are getting back 8 resource. So you actually spent only 52 resource, since you just made a farm that give you 8 stone back. So do you get it now why the farm, when it was 60 wood, was really cheap? Because you actually gain other resources as well. Alright, so your first farms are out. What I usually do in this situation, I grab 5 villagers, I search for the next berries, I send the 5 villagers there, I put them on that berry patch, and I build a tower. If you bring more villager than 5, you have to build 2 tower at least, but that's villager time again, so the 2 villager will not really work, they are continuously working on the tower. Or you can make it to wall this side completely off with 2 villager again, because you need to finish that wall very fast. So again, what happens if there is a player who is rushing you, right? A Mongol player. So when you have the spearman and you are about to torch the tower, you activate the shield immediately on that one spearman that's getting shot by the tower. Why only that one spearman? If you check the spearman, the torch damage is 13 with 2.6 attack speed, right? So if you check the spearman, it has 2.12 attack speed with the same damage. So the DPS also gets lower, which means it will take longer to destroy the tower. But again, as I said, you want to activate only on the spearman that's getting shot by the tower. So that one spearman will have less DPS on the tower, but all the other spearmen will do the same damage, right? So that's how you want to counter it. Okay, let's connect this as well. Let's build something else here. All right. So, what else about the Horsemen? Now, the Horsemen for the Byzantine is one of the best unit, and with the Scout as well, since the Horseman gives you Expiritaris. Expiritaris gives you bonus damage against all worker units in the game. So it's not just villager, right? Which means that you can actually kill traders, fishing ship, trade ships, so traders, trade ships, imperial officials, or every unit that counts towards economy. So again, every economical unit that counts to economic, again, you get +2 damage, and when you destroy them, you get 20 gold as well. Does the regular farm gives you less food? No, the olive groves are giving you the same amount of food, but you get an extra olive oil, so that's why it's really strong. You need to think about the Byzantine as an English, right? Because in Imperial, the English farms are giving actually gold, right? But for the Byzantine, you already getting the secondary resource, and you are getting back a resource by building a farm, right? So it's actually not 75 wood, sorry, not 75 resource, because you are getting back 8 resource when you finish the farm, which is crazy. That helps you to get your next level of cistern, which is the next level of cistern again increases your gathering speed on 10, 14, 18, 22, and 26%. It's like a small HRE buff at the max level, like a half HRE buff, right? Half of it. But you don't need to have prelates, you just need to have a building. So back to the horsemen. Horsemen, when they even torch down a fishing ship, you get the 20 extra gold for the horseman, which is crazy, right? No one told you that if you torch down a fishing ship, you will get gold back, which is, that's how it works. Scout. Why the scout is so strong? The scouts have an like a boosted torch damage, which also you can, I think you can use the hippodrome as well to have more extra torch damage, if I'm correct. And with the scout, that's even stronger. So, but let's see what happens if I research this and I have a scout around the horseman. Don't forget, horseman has 13 torch damage. So now I'm gonna research that. Upgrade immediately from the stable. It's not even expensive, it's 80 resource. So now I have it for my horseman. Horseman will not give the buff to horseman, so you need to have a unit. 16 torch damage. 16 torch damage, which is a hell lot. So 16 torch damage in feudal, it's insanely a hell lot. So when you have, like, let's say a scout with your horses, and you need to torch down a tower because the villagers like this are hiding inside a tower. So one scout with those horsemen can easily torch down an unupgraded tower, even if it has arrows in it. If it has 45, it will take longer because 45 gives you 1000 HP and 5 fire armor. But if it's not really an upgraded tower, then you have an easy job to destroy the tower with the scout upgrade. So now you learn some really good basics with the Byzantine. You know that it's important to build farms for them, since it's not really 75 wood or 75 resource, it's less since you are getting back 8 resource. Also, you are getting olive oil as well with the food. You have the same gathering rate on these farms. You can upgrade from the Grand Vider anytime. If you have level 3 cistern and you age up and you have the Conscriptio, then it's only 19 seconds to make a monk out of the Grand Winery. So you can feel everything is connected. What if you get Burger Rush, let's say by an HRE player, and you have a trade post? Now with Byzantine, you can get really good and strong units out of the trade post as well. You can get French Knight, you can get Mangudai, Desert Raider, Musafadi Warrior, which is insanely good against Man-at-Arms. You can get Camel Archers as well. You always want to check if the map spawns with trade posts. Where is the trade post, and do you get any good unit against a civilization that you can use it? Like you can use the French Knights, or you can use Sipai, which is insanely strong if you play it with the Byzantine, because you can just aged up really fast and get a veteran contract for them. So let's see which landmark should I use when I age up to H3. Again, the Grand Winery and the other landmark, the Hippodrome, both are really good and really strong. Hippodrome, when you start getting berries early on, that's the preferred landmark when you start getting berries, like starting at the game. Grand Winery, when you want to build a really good economy for yourself, starting from the early game. So, System the First here is a little bit more than all-in landmark, and it's really good with the Kashix, and I will tell you why. Golden Horde Tower, it's almost always the most picked landmark because it gives you free unit. So you're already getting free unit by getting berries, right? And now you are getting free unit out of the Golden Horde Tower, which, let me show you. I'm gonna build a backseat. So if you have higher level of Constrictio, the more resources you get out of the landmark. And also the military academy upgrade is affecting the Golden Horde Tower as well. So let me build it really fast. So what do we need to know about System of the First Seal? We know the group build for it, where you make cataphracts, Kashix early on, and after that you're gonna use it. That's really nice, but there is one extra use for the early Cistern, for the System of the First Seal late game as well. If you go with Kashik Elephant, so what you need to know that you can actually use the flask on elephants. So when your elephant is receiving damage, you need to immediately activate. Let's say your elephant suffered 150 damage. You want to activate it immediately. So after that, let me upgrade this fast. So after that, you can activate it another time, right? Because there's like a 40-45 second cooldown on the flask, which means if you lost 150 HP and you are keep losing HP, when you're gonna be on low HP again, you can use the flask on that elephant again. So you just want to non-stop use the flask. Also, the Hippodrome landmark works on elephant. You can increase the damage of the elephant with Hippodrome landmark. Oh, it has a rare knight. Okay, let me send here. So you can increase the damage of the elephants or HP rate and the movement speed as well. So listen to this. You can increase the movement speed of the elephants with the Hippodrome landmark. H4. So in H3 there are nothing really special. You receive the Varangian guards, which is nice, amazing. I really don't like them, but anyway. So what do we need to know about the next stage? And it's really important, by the way, because so many people doesn't even talk about or doesn't even know. So there are two options. You have a gamble, which is the Palatine School, which says when training limited Varangian guard, Cataphract and Rams, there is a 30% chance that also spawn one at this landmark. So this is a gamble landmark, which if you are lucky, the 30% will, you know, come in and you're gonna get an extra Limitai and extra Varangian guard. So this is really a gambling landmark. And this one, which is insanely strong landmark, which allows you production of nest of bees, huge power, and royal cannons with olive oil. Mercenaries receive various unique technologies from their original civilization. But if you like to do some gambling with that landmark, that's perfectly fine. There is no problem gambling with the Palatine School. But listen to this. If you go with Palatine School, and let's say you have you have Streltsy, you have Grenadiers, you have Elephant, you don't need to make, if you want to spend those units, you don't need to make the foreign engineering company, because all those units and their unique technologies will get unlocked, right? So you will unlock all their unique technologies. That's only for the save if you go with the foreign engineering company. But for the strategy, for the Grenadier, and for the Tower Elephant, you don't need to go with the foreign engineering company, because their unique technology will be unlocked anyway. This is not a bug. This is a composition. So I talked with one of the dev. They told me the reason behind that, because there's a composition for their, you know, things. And also for the Grenadier, there is no unique upgrade for the Grenadier, and for the Stratzy, there is no unique upgrade for the Stratzy, but for the Elephant, there is a unique upgrade, but you will unlock it without the foreign engineering company. Palatine School. Again, you can go if you want to make those units. If you want to spam elephants, you can go Palatine School. If you want to spam Grenadier, you can go Palatine School. If you want to spam Stratzy, you can go Palatine School. But if you go with the Palatine School, you will not receive the Longbowman unique upgrades. You will not receive the extra movement speed for the Landsknechte, and for the Stratzy there is nothing unique, so that's fine. We are going with the foreign engineering company because I want to show some really good things with the landmark. So if you build a mercenary house, okay, so if you build a mercenary house around the trade post and you are scared of your training time of those units are insanely slow, like you can see, let me show you, like 56 and 1 minute and 1 minute 8 seconds. You don't need to be scared because you will receive the diplomatic ties, which increases the mercenary production speed by 50%. So you will get 38 seconds on the Longbowman, 40 seconds on the Landsknechte, 40 seconds on the Royal Knight, and 30 seconds on the Horse Archer. But if you build it a little bit more far away and not close to the trade post, you will not receive that bonus. You will still able to make these units, but you need to build very close to it. You will not able to make units, right, if you build it around your base, but you will able to make these units if you build it close to the trade post, and you will make them 50% faster. So again, I want to show you, you were not able to produce these units when you are at home, but you can make the Royal Knights when you are right here. So when you are here, you can make the units, or you are here, you can make these units. So we went up with the foreign engineering company. It's gonna be really important because I want to show you some really nice stuff with them. Okay, we're gonna go full Cistern to show you the production time of the units because it's really important. Okay, Conscriptio is on. So you can see you can make a nest of bees in 22 seconds. You can make a 20 seconds. You can make a Huey Pie in 32 seconds and a Royal Cannon in 23 seconds. And also with the upgrade that you have from the blacksmith. Or if you want to make units out here, 34, 30 or 28 seconds from your home base. Or if you are going with a normal military building, then 8 seconds, 15, 9, 6, 9, 6, 8, 13. So for the Byzantine, the archer range doesn't have any uniqueness, so we don't need to talk about that. But for the Varangian Guard, which is a special unit for the Byzantine, they can make transport ship, which is really nice on water map. They can make the Byzantine ram, which is really strong. If you put Varangian Guard inside a ram, you can increase the armor. Every kind of transport unit. If you put Varangian Guard into the Sultan Tower, right, you can actually give more. Let me build this really fast meanwhile. So if you put it in like the Ayubid ram, you put the Varangian Guard in, you can increase the armor of the Ayubid, what's that? Ayubid ram, which is the hugest ram. So let me show you as well when I put them into this ram. So there is a really good unique upgrade for the Greek, for the Byzantine, which is the Greek fire projectiles, which is increase the trebuchet damage with 30% and also give them Greek fire. Now this works with the Huey Pow as well, and I'm gonna show you. It's a really good upgrade. I really like them. So we have the ram. When you put the Varangian Guard in, now it has 3 extra armor against melee damage. So when the enemy is trying to get to do any kind of melee damage against the ram, you just put the Varangian guard in, and you have a almost indestructible ram, right? Let's say you are in H3, there is no infantry unit that's gonna do that much of a damage. So they're gonna do actually like 1 damage, right? So let's say the enemy has Venet arm or any other unit like that, or they want to charge into the ram. You can block a lot of damage by putting the Varangian guard inside the ram. So, as you see, the Hui power, extra damage against buildings, the normal damage got unlocked, upgraded, and now if I fire on the ground, this is a hell lot of damage, right? You can see 98 plus 780 with the siege damage, and now we have Greek fire on the ground, which is gonna be, if I remember correctly, like 10% damage per second to the buildings, and I think it was 10% damage as well against villagers. Or wait, no, I think it was 10%. Maybe not. I think it was like 2 damage per second to villager or something. Or maybe I don't remember. But it's gonna damage the villager as well. They're trying to repair the buildings. So when the enemy has a keep, just try to shoot like around here in the back when you use a trebuchet, and the fire will spread, and the villagers that are trying to repair the keep, the fire will eat all those villagers. What about the unique Zushi upgrade? Zushi was not considered here. These are the Grenadiers are the Chinese Grenadiers, not the Zushi Grenadiers. For the Royal Cannon, this is one of the best bombard in the game, because they have an artillery shot, which is not just a normal artillery shot that you know from back in the day when we have the Royal Cannon. It gives you 5 extra range for a 1 shot, so 15 tiles of range. You're gonna have better range than a Berkshire. And you will receive an additional 30% more damage. Now, you see, I have plus 16 extra damage. The reason behind that, because this is a Royal Cannon, not a normal cannon. The Royal Cannon for the French has extra damage. So the artillery shot will give another 30% damage, or to the main damage and to the bonus damage. So it's gonna be, I think it's like 1,000 damage when you also research university. So how it works, you research the university as well, and after that you get the 30% extra more damage, right? So that's a really good combo with the Royal Cannon. For the Nest of Bees, these are normal Nest of Bees. There is nothing uniqueness. It's just a normal Nest of Bees. So it's not like a special insane damage dealer, but it is a really good unit, because we love Nest of Bees, right? So I'm gonna show you when I research the chemistry. I can show you the buildings right now, but I want to show you the damage. So after that you can calculate another 30% on the against buildings and onto the main damage, so you will know how much damage the Royal Cannon will do in like 15 tiles of range. So we are researching the upgrade, the chemistry, and boom. So now it has 731 damage against buildings, plus 72 the main damage, which is siege. So it's gonna do 1,000 damage, right? If I calculate it correctly, 30% extra to the main damage and 30% extra to the building, which is an insane amount of damage for the 1 shot. So you can actually snipe keeps, right? You have 5 or 6 of this Royal Cannon that you just made out of the foreign engine company, and you can snipe keeps. Or if you like to set fire the enemy villagers around buildings, then you can use the Hui Pow. Or if you like some siege that does airy damage, then you can use your olive oil to make some Nest of Bees. But be aware, when you are using the foreign engineering company, you will not have enough olive oil to use these units. So it's really good to combine the foreign engineering company to one of the this is good as well, because you're gonna get the free units out of the Golden Horn Tower, but just keep to yourself, keep it in your mind. It's gonna be really hard to make units when you have the foreign engineering company, because they are insanely expensive, right? Like let's say 1,000 olive oil. So just note to yourself. The Elite Royal Knights for you are actually having the Royal Bloodline. If you have the foreign engineering company, then you have Royal Bloodline. And same with the Elite Horse Archer, they have the unique Rus extra HP, And also they have the gallop if you go with the front engine company, which is really nice. So yeah, these all the things you need to know about Byzantine. Their cute little berserk ability for the Varangian guard. Wow, that they can make transport ship. Wow, when the units are leaving the uh, transfer ship, you will get like 100% extra movement speed to those units, so your unit's gonna speed like instantly fast. But as I said, these all the things we talk about for the Byzantine from the early game, from the start, and how to build, how to play with the Byzantine, how to focus on the enemy, that's all you need to know. Now from here, you're gonna have a little bit more understanding on how to play the Byzantines, and it's gonna be easier for you on the ranked game ladder or playing against the AI. Thank you so much for watching.